Podcast One presents The Lady Gang, the Hollywood girl posse, with LadyGang Quickie. Here's Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Let's make this quick.
Hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I am back here with Jack and Kelty.
Hello. Kelty almost started that one off herself.
What?
I almost did. And I was like, oh my God. You guys, happy International Lady Gang Day.
Wow. We're 7.
I can't fucking believe it.
Dude, if
Neither
we had an
can I.
actual child, that child would be like in 3rd grade or something, I think.
No, I don't think that's right at all, actually.
Oh.
But
7?
7, you're like in 1st grade, no?
No, 1st grade is, well, kindergarten's 5, then 1st is 6, so 2nd grade.
Yeah, it was close enough. As a just educated guess, you know?
Wow.
Pretty good guess.
I
Holy
mean,
shit.
it's 7.
Incredible.
You guys, we've never missed an episode. Ever.
I was
It's
just
insane.
thinking about like when we started and we used to like have guests every week and we would drink a bottle of wine and then we would take bad pictures in the Podcast One bathrooms with bad lighting, and like Becca had short hair and bangs, and like I mean it was just so wild. We have been through 7 years. It really hit me because I was like, oh well, 5 was cute, but it's like 5, and then 6 was like a little more than 5, and then 7 was like we're almost 10. Like that's the way my 30s went too, turning 40.
No, I was thinking about that literally yesterday because I was telling somebody how long we've had the podcast, and I've been so used to saying 6 years. I was like, yeah, 6 years. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be 7. That is, we've almost been doing this a decade. It's crazy.
That is insane. It's, yeah.
I think this is the most exciting International Lady Gang Day. By the way, if you're a new listener, we made up our own national holiday. It's not real, but it's always on December 10th, which was the first recording of Lady Gang went out into the world. And so December 10th is on a weekend, so we're celebrating a little bit early. But, you know, I think it's really fun to do this today because and celebrate this year's International Lady Gang Day because we just came off tour and we've gotten to see so many people. And I will say for me, and I want to know if this happened to you, but you know, I'm in my office pretty much all day and we get this, like, you're kind of insulated. And so, yes, since I am a data girl, I can see the number of people that are downloading the show and listening to the show. And obviously we know we have this amazing and very active community online, but it's kind of just like numbers in the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you put all of those people in multiple stadiums on a Tuesday and you were like, all these people in these 3 stadiums are all listening to our podcast today, like that would actually blow your mind. And so I think what tour did is that we got to meet so many people in our VIP section and like really sit and like chat with them for a little bit about their lives and how they found out about the podcast and who they've turned on to the podcast. And it's just it feels like it's the cool time to celebrate because the faces and names of our ladies and their stories are like very close in my heart at this exact moment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, the meet and greet is always just really where we tap into like the heartbeat of Lady Gang because it's the OGs or it's just the really, really big fans of the show. Devoted listeners. I hate referring to them as fans. Like devoted listeners, part of the community, the LadyGangers. But it's like so awesome. And I think each year they become more and more impressive, but it's also because like they've grown up with us. So a lot of these girls were like, I started listening when I was 17 and we're like, we literally were your college. It was LadyGang University. So one of you said that to one of the girls. And it was like so true because I forget, like, as we get older, they get older, as their lives progress, their careers, their families, all of these things. I'm like, what? Why are all these, like, badass women listening to this show? And I'm like, oh, they probably started off, like, the minions at work and, the, like, you know, so it's awesome to see them. And the ones that have stuck by, I always get scared because I think that the more, like, devoted you are to a brand or a person or whatever, the easier it gets
can turn.
Yes, to turn. And I know that there's people that listen to this and came to our shows that I'm sure something that we've said or done, certainly me, has rubbed them the wrong way, or they don't agree with, or I've annoyed them, or whatever it is. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. But the fact that they still come and they support and they still listen, like, and they're forgiving of these things. Like, I don't know, that's cool. That's like, it's a little bit of like an unconditional listener that I really appreciate.
I also love the fact that, especially all the women that we met like during the meet and greets, everybody is so normal. Mm-hmm. Like, we have curated such a great group of people that I want to be friends with in real life. I've made friends through our LadyGangers, like all over the country, when they've either come up to me like at shows for Jared or at these shows. I'm like, you guys are fucking badass. You're funny. You're successful. You are kicking ass at life. Like, we really do have such an impressive group of girls. And it makes me happy because, like you said, it's like if you're like a fanatic of something, you can turn on somebody so fast. But like, I think our girls are forgiving and they are, you know, understanding and dynamic. And it really does make me feel good because we've done something right.
Well, today is a really special International Lady Gang Day episode. We've never attempted this before, so Godspeed. But so this year, when we were making the Lady Secrets book, we set up our hotline, 1-844-SEXY-LADY, and we got all the secrets. And then I was like, well, you know, we don't want to turn it down. Like, we may want to use this hotline again for something. And so we decided to have people call in and just like leave their messages or leave their thoughts on International Lady Gang Day. And I have not heard them. So there's very few things that we do an episode where I don't know exactly what's coming. And I'm just like being stupid and waiting for you guys to tell me what you think. But Alex has them on her phone and she's going to play them through and we can say hi and listen. And I think it's going to be fun.
Cute.
Hi, this is Karen Joyce from Washington, D.C. Happy International Lady Gang Day. And I think the best piece of advice I've learned from the Lady Gang is when in doubt, dance it out to Kelty's You Won't Break My Soul choreo. Love you guys. Bye.
Wait, we haven't actually really talked about the dance break, have we?
No.
Like on the podcast? Do you want to let them know, Kelty?
Well, thank you for the sweet message. And when in doubt, you do dance it out. And that's what we did at the shows. When shit started going sideways, we'd be like, it's time for a dance break.
Yeah, when it was awkward, we're like, throw that song on.
Throw the song on. And so we made this stupid ass sit down chair dance, but then it felt very bad when no one stood up listening to or dancing it. So we made people stand up for the sit down chair dance to Beyonce's Break My Soul. And some cities were great. Some cities did not want to get involved. And it was really fun because Jack would sit on her chair and just barely move her fingers. And there were events that Becca was giving you full Rock of Ages Broadway, like ending with a split. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. I love the sit down chair dance. And you're right. And, you know, this is a good thing moving into the new year is like, it's just important to move your bodies. There's a reason we ripped that off from Tony Robbins is like when you're doing anything for 8 hours straight, your body is like, and now I'm staying still. So I'm going to go to sleep. It's like, You need to get the fuck up, go for that walk, take that moment, get those endorphins. Like we have to do that work. Okay. What's next? I can't wait to hear the next one.
Hi, Lady Gang, Kelty, Becca, and Jack. I am Kiera, longtime Lady Gang listener calling from Toronto. And something that's been resonating with me lately and I just want to put out there is to give yourself the grace that you give to your besties, to everyone else, the grace, forgiveness, kindness, love, and patience that you give to others. Just remember to give it to yourself. You are deserving of those things as well. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye.
It's true. We're so hard on ourselves all the time, no matter if it's like what we look like, where we're at in our lives, our relationships with people. And I think that is like the simplest thing that you can try to take away. It's hard to implement, you know, you can try, but I think it takes a lot of practice. But I think that's a really great takeaway.
Yeah.
You talk about that. You've talked about this before, Jack, but I feel like that whole thing of like when you're going through something, like if my best friend Kelty called and she was complaining and having a meltdown about something that was happening in her life, what advice would I give her? How would I comfort her? How would I tell her it's going to be okay? And like, it is a nice way to live with your own self because you're like, well, my best friend Kelty's here. She's listening. She can hear you. Like, calm down, you know, and the world's not going to end. It's not that big of a deal. Like all of that is good. It's just hard when you're in your own world to just never, you know, not forget that.
It's true.
This episode of Lady Gang is brought to you by Stamps.com. I'm looking at them right now. We got the cutest little packing envelopes for all of our holiday gifts for Lady Gang. We send them to, our advertisers, the people that work for the podcast, our friends, guests that have been on. Like, I have about 60 of them sitting here right now. And I'm just sitting here, going on Stamps.com, getting the mail, printing out the postage at home, dropping them off somewhere, super easy, don't have to wait in line at the post office, saving a little bit of money. Stamps.com is your one-stop shop for all your shipping and mailing needs. It's incredible. For more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Use Stamps.com to print postage. You can schedule a package pickup through your dashboard. If you're running an online store, Stamps.com works with all the major shopping carts and marketplaces. This holiday season, trade late nights for silent nights and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code LadyGang for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code LadyGang.
This episode of Lady Gang is sponsored by BetterHelp. I am a big proponent of therapy, specifically online therapy, because sometimes life can get tricky. I know that I've been in spots where I've just felt stuck. I wish that I had a user manual for this thing called life, but we don't have those. The closest thing I would say is a therapist, because they're trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions. They help you learn productive coping skills. It really is a game changer. So BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, and accessible anywhere, 100% online. So whether you want to learn coping skills, self-improvement, or you're dealing with trauma, whatever it may be, check them out. All you have to do is you fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. Get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/LadyGang. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LadyGang.
This episode of Lady Gang is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Hey, Lady Gang, whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? Well, guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance, too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for your car insurance, and then they'll show you the variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. That's something that you'll want to press play on. To start with an easy quote, you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast, and it's one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 27 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Lady Gang.
Right, what's next?
Hey, my name is Sarah. I am calling from the San Luis Valley in Colorado, and I just want to say to anybody listening, never, absolutely never settle for less than you deserve, and know your damn worth, because we're all some bad bitches up in here. Happy International Lady Gang Day.
Yes.
Sarah, bad bitch. I love
bitches.
it.
Know your worth. I do think that, like, the rally cry, if you will, of Lady Gang, a lot of it has to do with obviously owning your messiness and owning, like, the womanhood and all that stuff. But there's also a lot of, like, self-assuredness and, like, demanding to be seen, to be listened to be taken seriously. Like, I think that we've inadvertently created that for the women.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that, because we were doing that long before even, Brene Brown. I mean, I'm sure she was doing that in her private life, but, like, ever since Lady Gang started 7 years ago, like, there really wasn't a whole lot of, like, genuine, authentic cheerleading for women. If it was really phony and, like, stupid, like, you go girl signs, as opposed to, like,
Boss babe.
And I just think that has something that I really get excited to hear when women have, like, stuck up for themselves, asked for what they deserve. Like, it's awesome.
Not a bad relationship. Right.
Yeah.
It's the carrying yourself with the confidence of a mediocre white man. That's what I feel like we're really, like, we've pushed accidentally through the Lady Gang, because it's true. It's like, you can be messy and badass and, up, and you can be all of these things, and all those things make you a woman. And I like that, like, all of our gals are like really holding that to themselves. Like, you don't have to be this like proper, pristine, like put together thing. And you also don't have to be like a disaster. We can be all the things at once.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Hi, Lady Gang. Happy International Lady Gang Day. This is Laura Pasternak from Sarasota, Florida. And I have been listening for years and years and years. And I guess the thing I would tell all the Lady Gang is to follow all your passions, both inside of work and out, and it'll truly lead you on the path that you're supposed to be. I see that every time I listen to the podcast with you ladies and just what you've created here, and I think that's true in my life and probably would be for others as well. Happy Lady Gang Day.
That's so cute.
Feels like our birthday.
It does feel like our birthday. No, this is actually
our birthday.
It is our birthday, actually.
No, like our real birthdays.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is an interesting point that she brings up. Thank you for that. Because so many times, especially over the last 10 years with the rise of Etsy, a lot of times she's like saying, follow your passions in work and then in your life.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have passions in your work life and your personal life that don't cross over. And I think that we got in this girl boss mode where it was like, oh, I like to make candles, or I like to knit. And then it's like, you should turn that into your empire because you love it. And like, you can have things that you like to do in your work that's your passion, that is like your how I make my money. And then the things that you do on your own, like Becca training for her marathon. It's like no one's forcing her to do that. She's actually not getting anything out of it, but it's like something she wants to do on her own that's a passion for her, that is like her me time. And it really isn't not affecting her work. And I love that. Like, I do think it's like passion for the things, this work-life balance. Obviously, you know, I've been working on this for years, but I love what she said about that.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like I have a problem with that because it's like any interest that I end up having, I'm like, how can I turn this into a business? Like, how can I make money off of it? And I feel like there is something to have just like a pure joy and love for something with no strings attached to it. I feel like, and like you said, it's like we live in a world where it's just like you have to have a million side hustles, which you do to have to survive because we're not making enough money to pay rent most of the country. But that's a different story. But I do like just like finding joy in things for just the joy of it.
I'm so glad you said this because I actually have a project for you that is going to spark joy for me, but also spark joy for you. So
is it like the podcast course that took me months to finish?
That was for work. This is for only pleasure. I would like to paint my upstairs bathroom, my little powder room, completely white and just have a sink and a mirror, but have you draw your little faces all on the walls, and then I'm going to paint it like a big mural, and that's going to be my walls.
So this is a free art project for me?
It's your passion. I heard it was your passion.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, it's not a yes. Okay, great.
Hi, my name is Kelsey, and I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. And I just wanted to say thank you to Kelsey, Jack, and Becca for having Lady Gang, giving me something to look forward to every week. My comment is that I am so happy that the Lady Gang community exists. I live across the country from my one best friend, and I'm lonely a lot. And so watching you guys go out on tour and getting to see you guys on tour, which was awesome, by the way, and seeing just how much hype is around something that I love and something that my best friend loves, it just really kind of closed some of the distance and kind of helped with the lonely for a minute. You guys help me with that every week, and it's been really great to have that all summer and into this fall and as I continue to listen. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Thanks for all my fellow LadyGangers, and I can't wait for us to keep doing all this together.
That actually made me kind of emotional.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Katie from Michigan, and I just wanted to wish all the Lady Gangers out there a very happy International Lady Gang Day. Jack, Kelsey, and Becca, thank you so much for all that you guys do, and I'm very proud to be a part of this, and I love you all. Bye.
Hi, ladies. My name is Chloe, and I am calling all the way from Washington State. Please have a show in Seattle sometime soon. But just calling to say happy International Lady Day. I love you girls so much. I discovered you a couple years ago and have turned my best friend and actual sister, Sky, onto the podcast as well. We are seeing you guys live in November in Phoenix. I am actually flying all the way to Phoenix to see you guys where my sister lives, so we can see you guys in person together. But we just want to say how much we love you guys. You inspire us every single day to be better ladies, to ask for raises, to ask for what we want, and to be vulnerable and open with everything that we need, just as much as those men out there do. So we just want to say how much we love you and thank you for all the advice, and we can't wait to see you in person.
These are so nice. I mean, we have so many more. Obviously, we're not going to play them all, but these were some of our favorites. It just is so meaningful. Like, I just can't imagine what it's like to live across the country from your best friend. Well, actually, I can, but it's like, it's just so special. It really is so special. And I'm so proud of us. And just like Becca, Jack, like, I love you so much. And this has been probably our most difficult Lady Gang year. And just, we have to like, just pat ourselves on the back that we got through everything that was hard and we've continued to do it. And there's a good reason that we're doing it. And it is so special. And I can't wait to see what the next year 7 holds.
Holy shit.
I can't believe it.
We weren't here for a long time, but we were here for a good time.
Happy Lady Gang Day!
Happy Lady Gang Day.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.